Okay, so the original like video title of this is, if I remember correctly, it was like why Topaz is the best design kit in Honkai Star Rail. And I actually like this because Topaz is one of my favorite units. I cannot use her right now, so definitely not a design kit for like every team right now, but follow-up attack is still fun to play. She was supposed to be the follow-up attack, like what Kafka was to DOT. Okay, let me rephrase that. What Kafka was to DOT is what Topaz was supposed to be for follow-up attack. But I think she still is, because she was supposed to like boost follow-up damage, right? But I think Robin sort of like replaced that. So not like you would rather like have Robin boost your follow attack damage right now. But it's not like you can't use Topaz with her and to replace her. Let me see what's so good about big ass.
Topaz is one of my favorite characters in Honkai Star Rail, and since she came out, I was one of the people that were saying this character will become better and better in the future. Despite Honkai Star Rail
it's a nice design, nice video edit,
having power creep every time a new character comes out, some characters are still holding in or even becoming better. And today we have to specifically talk about Topaz and how good she is and how she is the type of character that a lot of people should get in Honkai Star.
Oh wait, summoning meta is coming out, right? That's one of the reasons why I pulled for Lingxia. Wait, because if the rumors are true that Sunday boosts summoners, Topaz is going to be real good.
But before that, I have to pay the bills. If you want to top up in Honkai Star Rail with... So, after the introduction of Feisha, we saw that Topaz has the second most powerful team in the game according to Pridwin, and that's an insane number. The usage of this character is getting higher and higher, but initially it got skipped by a lot of people. So, a lot of people when they started thought that Topaz is a character that works as a main DPS that can't be used with a lot of other characters in the game. It didn't have a lot of synergy, and that's...
I mean, at the time, I think she was... You could have considered her like a sub DPS that you could have used with Aventurine. When did Aventurine come out? Like later than Topaz? Only like a few patches, right?
The problem with people when they look at meta in gacha games, especially at the start, they only think about a main DPS, a support, a healer, and a sub DPS or another support, and people were using Pela and then another support.
I think she definitely like was under a sub DPS category though,
to make it very powerful as a team. But when I looked at her kit, the fact that she can use her follow-up attacks and the condition of using this follow-up attack is so universal that any character can use it is what made me think, what if this character can be used as a sub DPS or at least a second DPS? And
I mean, she was with Dr. Ratio too, right? Okay. okay.
Even with her solo numbers without another DPS, it was already good. So by checking all of that, and then with the introduction of Dr. Ratio, we saw how crazy this team is. They had a very good synergy, and the crazy part is Dr. Ratio is free. So by getting Topaz, you just got a whole team. So with Dr. Ratio, people started using Topaz even more, but still, some people didn't believe in her. They still think that she will get power crept again. And it's logical, and it might get power crept in a year, but with the introduction of another follow-up attack user, which is Aventurine being a support too, the Dr. Ratio, Aventurine, and Topaz with another support team was insane. It wasn't only powerful, people who said we don't care about the meta, they're now seeing one of the most fun teams that is just hitting people.
You see, you can use your normal attack on Topaz. That's one of the reasons why it's a bit like Kafka, right? What do I mean when I say that she is the Kafka of follow-up attack teams? Which means that she will always have a staple in that system in the game. When you see follow-up attack, Topaz will always be like one of the best support damage dealers. It's like Jade as well. I mean, it's like right now, like Jade sort of does the same thing as her, but Jade, at least Jade is more towards like the erudition team. So yeah, right now the best sub DPSs you can consider under this game is Kafka, Topaz, and Jade. And in the future, sub DPSs will always get better. That's just the nature of the Hoyoverse games. That's why when you look at Genshin, the best teams are 4 sub DPSs. It's gonna come to Star Rail. I've been saying it for a long time already.
People with follow-up attacks, but they can't use it. And although this team using Robin was very powerful, with the introduction of Robin, everything changed. Of course, it wasn't only for Topaz, but Topaz was so beneficial benefiting from this character, it's insane. Yuli was a new DPS, she had a good team with her. And then we also got Fei Xiao, and who is one of the best characters with her? It was Topaz. And although she had like the second most powerful team, and this is a replacement for
For Fei Xiao, for now I've been using her with like Imaginary Hunt March 7, which is really good with Fei Xiao. It's surprising I didn't see it in the recommended teams. March 7 is so good though.
Dr. Ratio, even though Fei Xiao is more powerful than...
I mean, is this like... I know Fei Xiao needs to use like skill points. Topaz needs to use like once every 2 turns, I want to say. Robin needs to use 1 skill point like once every like 3 turns. Is this like... I think this is usable at least. In terms of like skill point efficiency, economy.
Just by replacing Fei Xiao, you will get the 4th most powerful team. She's one of those DPSs that are very universal. And with the introduction of Apocalyptic Shadow, she's shining even more. This game mode is just very good for her, because people think of a main DPS that has some types of debuffs. I think that the debuffs aren't gonna help, with the addition of having an insane amount of damage.
Well, yeah, right now it's like single target meta is even better right now.
Like being able to debuff and then do insane numbers, that's why she's not considered a full damage dealer. And that's why in the Memory of Chaos, in Pure Fiction, in Apocalyptic Shadow, she's usable. But what about the future? Did Topaz reach her peak? And that's the greatest thing about
Summoning
her.
meta,
She doesn't reach a peak. If characters are getting power crept and new characters are better, Topaz isn't getting power crept. She's becoming even more powerful. So her place in the S tier, or at least in the A tier, will never change. And who knows, it might become even better. And
okay, this sounds like a guy who's obsessed with Topaz, and I can understand. I love Topaz as well. One of my top 3 favorite characters. But I want to say I'm not as biased. Well, for now, I've not been using Topaz that much, which is quite disappointing for me. I think Super Break and Follow-Up Attack, which is quite funny. The other Follow-Up Attack team I've been using more, like Fei Xiao, March 7, and Clara, and Lord Cha. I've been using that team for my second team. First team is the Brick team, like, you know, Ron Mei, Firefly, Trailblazer, Lingsha. I love Lingsha though. But yeah, I can see Topaz making a comeback for sure.
to talk about Topaz. Tell me if you want more content about Honkai Star Rail, and if you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, that was the video. Bye bye.
Wait, is this Demon Slayer? Wait, what was this anime again? Yeah, like I said, Topaz is the Kafka of Fallout Attack teams, or the Jade of Fallout Attack teams. So she will never go away. She's the sub DPS that will stay until like 2 other sub DPS Fallout Attack characters are introduced. Which surprisingly, there's already another one. Like you can count Jade as Fallout Attack sub DPS, but I'd like to think not. She's like for the other erudition team. And then technically there's also like, yeah, like I said, March 7 Imaginary Hunt is, but the thing is, March 7 you can use it on like 2 different teams. Like you can use it on the Break team and the Follow-Up team. She's used with Fei Xiao, so not really competition with Topaz. In my opinion, the real competition was Robin, right? But in the end, people still use them both on the same teams. So yeah, that's like my opinion. Very like eye-opening video. Thank you. I should subscribe. Did I subscribe already? Well, I think I've seen his videos already. What was another video I watched? Oh, he plays Wuthering Heirs. Okay, then I'm out of here.